I mean, I think that it's been really good. Actually, this is something we talk about on a regular basis with our other co-founder, Sandy, as well as our other full-time person, Manjeet, where it's just like we all get along really well. And I think part of it is just I think are all just sort of like nice people. Like that sounds like such a reductive thing to say, but I think we all do take great care to consider each other's feelings, and I'd say that the communication as a result of that is really open, and I think we're generally transparent with each other as well. And it's been really interesting, having this completely remote culture too. And so, we're like on Slack all day. And that it's kind of an interesting dynamic because, I've called Slack Discord a couple of times by mistake, just because it's like, I'm just got all these pings, right? And, sometimes I'll go on there and like, I don't know if you saw Kevin the other day, Sandy wrote something. I'm like, that's a mood. And I'm like, fire emoji, you know what I mean? And I'm like, it's like too casual, but this kind of also is how I would speak, in real life, right? Just kind of translated. So, it's been an interesting thing to kind of feel, how we build a culture, right? And we've talked about that quite a bit too.
It sounds like a really good company culture to me. I feel like a lot of what we view as professionalism is very old-fashioned, but more than that, sort of has a lot of classist undertones that are sort of meant to keep people out and make it an inaccessible space. So I like the accessibility of feeling comfortable having a more casual conversation with your coworkers and having that friendly dynamic. I think that sounds really healthy.
Yeah,
thanks.
And for so much of history, right, in the game industry, there's been all of this myth of the auteur, right? This one chosen one who makes decisions for the game and others execute, right? That myth has lived for a very long time. And it's not only extremely false, whenever you run into it, it's almost inevitably toxic and a good sign to get out.
Yeah, I'll just sort of add to that, having spent a decade or so in quality assurance, kind of working my way up the totem pole, so to speak. I think a lot of those experiences that I had in those environments, across multiple companies, really helped me get a perspective on that, right? I remember, being in QA and sort of learning game development at Blizzard and sort of seeing, how many people contribute to a game and how many people from different experiences and with different skill sets and different, perspectives really set a foundation for me in terms of what kind of company and what kind of culture we want to create, and sort of how we work together. The last couple of years at Riot, I had a really unique opportunity to work sort of cross-functionally across, I think 40 different disciplines. And it was one of the most unique experiences in sort of recognizing that, everybody has a valid perspective, a different perspective. And how do you make space for that? We did a lot of work on trying to figure out how to facilitate team and product development, and sort of product release with as many voices represented as possible. And so, in working towards starting this company and building it and sort of, looking at who to bring on, it was really important to me that, we kind of have that culture from the beginning.